Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. I'm Holden, this is Loren, and I'm gonna go get her a blanket. Super quick.
Why are you
just
laughing?
I don't know, we just say hi to the people, so I grab you something warm.
I don't think he wants to be here today.
Huh? Excuse me? You say I don't want to be here today?
Well, you were late. And
I was a minute late.
2 minutes late.
Now it's 2 minutes, but I was only a minute late. But anyway, hello everybody. I actually am extremely excited to be here because I got a lot of good whiskey to be drinking tonight. Also, is that what it looks like on the screen? I should probably get it so that you guys can actually see what's on the table here. Oh, this is your soda from right now.
Okay, why do you just cover me up? If you don't want me to be here, I can fucking leave.
Okay, I just gotta move the camera back.
Oh my lord.
Just a smidge.
Guys, this live stream's never gonna start.
Okay, actually, technically it already started. How's that look? Am I crooked?
I don't know. You're not in it.
Well,
I look nice.
yeah, you always look nice.
Oh. That's what I... Okay, these are all things you should have had to figure out a while ago.
I was busy.
Pooping?
No, I didn't even poop. I peed, first of all. Second of all, I had to eat and do the dishes. And I cleaned the garage. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. Peter White's in the chat says, cheers, all Peter. Hey, Peter. I see you have a beautiful little sticker next to your name.
What does the sticker say?
I'm pretty sure that means that he's a G.
A G?
An OG.
Oh.
Bino is in the chat says, Bino in the house. Cheers, all. Cheers, Bino. Thanks for being here. He says, meow. Meow back to you, kitty. Meow back to you. Casey's in the chat says, cheers, y'all. Cheers, Casey. Derek Whiting says, cheers, everyone. Cheers, Derek. I got something from you specifically on the table that we're going to be cracking open tonight. But we'll get into that later. Robin Whiting's in the chat says, cheers, all. Cheers, Robin. Thanks for being here. Sugar Kitty says, 30 seconds in and Chateau Bow Wow.
No, guys. Okay? He is like, what? It's his live stream. He's not prepared for it.
I'm not prepared. I had all the stuff. I may have accidentally forgotten to post the thing at lunchtime today, so that you guys knew I was live streaming. But I was a little late on that, but that's okay. You know what? We're here now. Everything seems to be working out just fine, and yeah, it's all coming up aces. So that being said, Myrta is just not having a day today.
Martha freaked out on a small child today.
Yeah, and just absolutely annihilated our floors. Unreal. Peter says, we'll likely get the Little Book 7 when it drops here, close enough to Little Book 3 to take a flyer. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. But I'll be getting into that. Yeah, let's talk about what I'm going to be doing today. So we have some whiskey here, obviously. Bunch of different stuff that we're going to be trying out today. One is the 1792 Sweet Wheat. I know that I said last week's live stream that I was going to open it up, so I will take a nip of that today. Also, we have the J. Henry & Sons Wisconsin Straight Bourbon Whiskey, finished in Armagnac barrels. This is the La Flame Reserve, 5 years old. Spoiler alert, that stuff's amazing. I can't wait to drink it and tell you guys what I think about it.
Did you not make a video?
I did make a video, but I didn't have time to edit the video because my phone and computer was glitching. So when I was trying to edit the video, it was like, yeah, it's so hard to edit a video like
that. That's just what you sounded like last week on the live stream. What's on your face?
A mustache?
On your chin?
Where? Right here?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's facial hair, Bubba.
No, I'm pretty sure that it's food. Yeah, it's hanging off.
Might be grease.
I don't want to touch it.
I was working on the car earlier too.
It was white. It wasn't grease.
I don't know, but anyway.
The fuck? You think
yeah.
a 24-year-old could get this food in his mouth?
You know, okay. I was too busy doing the dishes to have time to eat.
Oh, shush.
All right, the next one on the list, guys. This is going to be an interesting one. So Robin and Derek, as you guys know from last week's live stream, we're in Tennessee and stopped at the Jack Daniel's distillery and picked up this Jack Daniel's Distillery Series straight Tennessee whiskey finished in añejo tequila barrels. So this is 90 proof, 45% alcohol, and it's a 375 milliliter bottle. And it's this year's July 2023 release of the Distillery series. So pretty cool stuff in that bottle. And then last on the list, but certainly not the least, Little Book, Chapter 7, called In Retrospect, a blend of all the different little books that they have made up until this point, all thrown into one bottle with one extra whiskey, I believe. I'm not going to be smoking this today, obviously, because we're in the house, but Lauren's parents also got me a Jack Daniel's barrel finished cigar, so that is super cool. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. But, so, tonight, we're going to do some whiskey drinking. We're going to do some talking. We're going to do some hanging out. And that's what's going to be happening. Peter White, absolutely vomiting about the sweet wheat. Yep. Well, hey, you know what? I'll probably start with the sweet wheat.
Have you had it yet?
I smelled a little bit out of the bottle, and then I had a little... I can't remember if I had a nip of it or not. But it's 91.2 proof, 45.6% alcohol, and that's going to be the one we start with tonight because it's the second lowest proof. The Jack Daniel's is the lowest proof. I want to wait a little bit because I have a feeling this one's going to be super wacky because, tequila barrel finish.
Why is it like negative 50 degrees in this room?
I don't know. Maybe because you refuse to let me turn on the heat.
The rest of the house is warm.
I sit on the toilet and my butt actually
That's because
freezes.
you shut the window, but you didn't shut the storm window, so it's still going to be cold in there.
Anyway, Sugary says, I definitely liked the little flame sample that I was given. Oh, yeah. Honestly, me and Casey did a little side-by-side comparing it to some garlic? To some cigar blend. Or cigar batch. Cigar blend.
What
Joseph
is happening?
Magnus
What is
cigar
happening
batch.
right now?
Batch. I always forget.
That's cigar blend bourbon.
Blend. Sorry, I get confused
Why
because...
are you so confused today?
Because Starlight has a cigar...
Who the fuck is Starlight?
Starlight makes whiskey, and then Old Elk has a cigar cut, and Starlight has a cigar batch, and Joseph Magnus has a cigar blend. It's just a lot of cigars going around. It's just really confusing.
You have one of them. Why is this such a struggle?
Well, I could have gotten all three, actually. I've seen all three, but I only bought the one.
So,
yep.
Let's figure our shit out.
Casey says that La Flame is a hitter. Yes, it is. Indeed. Peter says I'm still trying to understand how tequila barrels add anything positive to whiskey.
Sounds like Peter's going to be a hater today.
I don't mind tequila barrels. Well, I'm sure he'll enjoy these two bottles. But let's go ahead and put it in this.
He's not happy with your lineup today.
We got the sweet wheat. The sweet wheat going in the Glen. So this is Peter's actual favorite whiskey. He told me himself. He says it's probably the best bang for your buck whiskey he's ever seen on the shelves. So that being said, I take this into high regards, knowing Peter likes it. So Peter. But Tater Dom's also in the chat. Says cheers, peoples. Tater Dom. Cheers to you, friend. Thanks for being here.
Do you think that's really a picture of him?
If it is, he's got the most beautiful flow.
His mustache is better than yours.
Okay, I mean, I'd be mad if you were wrong, but you're not. Like, that stash is absolute killer. If I had a mullet, though, I could...
If you had a mullet, I would leave you.
I know. Little Book's also a hitter, yes. Actually, Casey and I recorded a review for Little Book together, and we're going to be I'm going to be putting it out probably this Saturday. The Flame's probably getting pushed back a week because of my technical difficulties, but that's okay. We got plenty of whiskey to drink here and review, so. On the nose, this sweet wheat smells sweet.
What?
The sweet wheat smells sweet. Would you have guessed?
No, I thought
honestly, it's like
butthole.
I don't want to say perfume, but like it kind of smells like someone took like a really sweet smelling perfume
Oh, and maybe that's why he doesn't like it. Maybe he doesn't like perfume.
Ouch, that hurts me.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have random curly hairs going on.
Ouch, it's just normal hairs. But it doesn't smell bad. I actually quite enjoy it. It smells like candy something or
It
another.
doesn't smell like candy.
It kind of smells like
alcoholic
potpourri.
water.
It smells a little bit like potpourri, if I'm being honest. It's got so much I feel like floral aspects in it. It's probably one of the most perfumey floral whiskeys I've had. Casey says, I'm also trying new whiskey tonight. What are you trying, Casey?
His home brew.
His home brew. I'd be curious to know, what is everyone drinking, by the way? Everyone in the chat, what are you guys drinking tonight? Let me know if you're going to be having any of the stuff I'm having, or if you're just going to be chilling and sipping on something else. I respect it either way.
Can you hear you smelling on the...
I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear that?
So dramatic and annoying.
That's really mean.
That's what you sound like.
You're a bully. This
I
actually...
can't even do it without making a bad face.
It kind of smells like
I feel like
Pledge.
You need to stand closer to the thing because you're making my head look really big too.
This smells like Pledge a little bit. Like it's got like an orange peel / cleaner vibe to it. It smells like Pledge. Honest to God. It smells like the Pledge that you use to dust woodwork.
Okay. I can see why Peter wouldn't like.
Okay, but not necessarily in a bad way.
Whiskey.
But yeah, I could see how he might think it's off-putting. Also, how's the reception? We are testing out some new internet tonight. But it seems to be doing okay so far.
When I connected it to my work computer, it sent me a notification that said this Wi-Fi was more secure.
Really? Oh no, yeah, more secure, not stronger. More secure just means less likely to get hacked.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, but
I know I'm not. Did you think that I thought that it meant more strong? Do you think
I don't know.
Stupid? You're gonna get something shoved in your ear tonight.
True, he says Pledge definitely sounds like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Well,
the Pledge that I have in the cupboard doesn't.
Pledge smells like lemony, orangey, citrusy. Pledge just smells like citrus to me. I mean, a little bit of cleaning citrus, but still a little citrusy. Oh, well, I just want to get it on the palate now because I've been smelling it for a while. I'm not turned off by it at all, but it is interesting.
I have the yawns. I decorated our house for Halloween. Holden didn't help.
I was working. You know.
What do we know?
I feel like I remember that being better.
You said you didn't have it.
No, I had a pour of it at a bar once.
Oh.
I had a pour of it at the Bourbon Room, and I thought I really enjoyed it. Maybe it just needs to open up. I have had some wheated whiskeys, some wheated bourbons that were just not my thing when I first opened them. And then after they've been open for a couple weeks, it was like, mwah. That being said, is this okay? Yeah, it's wheated bourbon. I was confused. I was like, is this just wheat whiskey or is it a wheated bourbon? But it is in fact a wheated bourbon.
Why are you shouting at me?
I don't know. Why aren't you shouting at me?
Well, you're turning at me and then shouting. I feel like you have some pent up anger because I made you do the dishes.
Yeah.
Well, I did the dishes the last 2 times.
I cleaned the garage.
It's all your shit.
Okay, here's the worst part about it is she threw me a surprise birthday party, which was cool, and she got me gifts, which was cool. But the not cool part of it was that she also got me balloons that were filled with glitter, and then let them pop all over the garage.
Okay,
and they've been sitting there since August.
I put them in the garage, so I was gonna clean them the next day, and then when I went in there the next morning, everything was popped, and then I couldn't get it off the ground because the vacuum cleaner wouldn't suck it up. And we didn't have.
It sucked it up really easily when
well, maybe it was because it was wet out.
Did you use a normal vacuum or did you disconnect it and use the hose?
I don't fucking remember. That's too much.
All I'm saying is,
either way,
it was like one of those things where I can't be mad at her because she threw me a party, but at the same time, why has this glitter been on our floor for the last 3 months?
Okay, so I went 2 months.
You're right. It's been 2 months, but still, that's a long time. Casey says I'm having the. Oh, I got so confused because he said Little Bakers, and I was reading like a little book, Little Bakers. He's having a little Bakers 13 airing out in the Bourbon Bar Glencairn, the official Bourbon Bar Glencairn, which will be coming very soon. Hopefully, as long as I can find someone who can engrave normal Glencairns. And he says, I will say my sweet wheat does taste better after a week being opened. See, that's interesting. I always feel like I can get that vibes from wheated bourbons. I always feel like they always come around better later. But not necessarily horrible. Just I don't know if I'd be like reaching for it. I certainly don't know why people have this like allocated whiskey right now.
Maybe
It's
Peter
hard to find.
had a neck pour, and that's why he doesn't like it.
Okay, it's not bad. Sugar, he says it's 75% corn, 15% wheat, and 10% barley. It's supposed to be the mash bill. And according to Casey, he says to his knowledge, sweet wheat is 8 years old. I'm not sure if what kind of age statements they put out, or if it's speculation, or if it's real. But okay. And Peter says his bottle's been open for 2 years. And still nothing has happened. Well, maybe just give it another 2 years, and then maybe it'll be okay. But it does have some redeeming qualities. I will say I'm getting a little bit of a spice in the finish, which is comforting. Missing that rye, obviously, it's gonna have a little less spice in it, but I do feel like there's still something there. And I also feel like there's a little bit of like caramely. That citrus is still on the palate. But let's go ahead and get a third sippy sip. Yeah, it is. It's just like it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. The thing is, we have normal 1792 down here. I can do a little side by side of it.
Why do they have such a weird bottle?
Because it looks really fancy and elegant, and people who don't know a lot about whiskey are gonna reach towards something that looks cool rather than looking lame. Like, this is a badass looking bottle. Like, 1792, they've got to figure it out. It looks classy. It looks like old-timey. This bottle is literally full of dust because I haven't touched it in a minute.
You should probably dust your bottles. That's kind of gross.
I should also put them on their side and let the corks get wet so that they don't dry out and ruin all my whiskey. But I don't do that.
My
because
cork's getting dried out, too.
This isn't even my fault. She's the one who's been sick. Casey says, could this be the first neck pour that Holden doesn't love? Very well.
The Remus or whatever.
Oh, the Rebel,
yeah.
cast strength. Wherever it went. Yeah, I didn't love Rebel. Where the hell did it go?
It's around here somewhere.
Oh, yeah, it's down there.
Okay, well, nobody cares, so.
It's bottom shelf whiskey because I didn't necessarily love it when I first opened it, but.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so the normal small batch does smell significantly better. I mean, like, so sweet and a little bit like banana-y. Honestly, I'm just gonna pour just a tiny nip in this Glencairn here. I just want like a little side by side.
I can't.
Oh my gosh, it's super sweet. Oh my gosh, and this is so much more pledge after comparing them side by side. It's like the normal 1792 has so much more like red fruit, a hint of banana, but a lot of caramel and like a little bit of like a brown sugary-ish vibe to it. And the sweet wheat is so much more citrusy, so much more, which is weird for me. I don't normally think wheated bourbon citrus personally, but there are a lot of people out there that say they get a lot of floral notes in wheated bourbons.
So, it's not good. I wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't say it's not good. 1792 small batch, definitely solid, mainstay, straight down the road. It's bourbon, classic. But the sweet wheat, on the other hand, is more on the fence for me. You want to try it?
No, I don't.
I don't know if you would or wouldn't like it. You probably wouldn't with your palate. You really like that sweet stuff, and this isn't that. But
Okay,
Yeah.
then why is it called sweet wheat if it's not?
Well, it's sweet in different ways. Like, it does smell very sweet, but it's like fruity, citrusy sweetness instead of like desserty sweetness. And you like the desserty. You like the brownie caramel like maple syrup, and that's not what this is, in my opinion. So sweet wheat, kind of a miss.
Oh.
One of the first kind of misses that I've really had. To be fair.
Peter's like, yes.
Peter's
I'm not
absolutely
crazy.
like, yeah, I was right. Fuck you, bitches. But hey, when you have a good palate, you have a good palate, right, Peter?
Why are you air gunning him?
Okay. I almost feel like I should get a new Glencairn for that because, well, no, we'll be okay. We'll be
What
okay.
are you doing?
I think I'm gonna do the Jack
I
Daniels.
thought you said you were gonna say that for last.
No, not last. I just said not first. Because both of these two are significantly hotter, so I don't want to blow my palate out. This is probably gonna be, it's 90 proof, so it's gonna be tamed down, probably a little bit more delicate flavors. So maybe I will put it in a new blend. That way it doesn't get watered down by the leftover water droplets in the glass. But let's see. Peter White says, "Hey, I love Weller 107, and Sweet Wheat ain't that." You're not wrong, because Weller 12, but Sweet Wheat is not even comparable. I liked the string wrapped around the neck bottle back in the day. I don't.
And it says back in the day. I'm guessing it's before you were 21.
Probably. Hanging AZ's in the chat says, "Sweet wheat, wheat."
That's so unattractive.
I actually spit on my screen there.
That was literally so
I
unattractive.
actually gave myself the ick.
I mean,
there.
like when I said my cork was running dry, that's
Ugh.
why.
Wow. Holy crap. I'm just like
You need to turn
getting
me on
roasted.
my side, hold it. So I can't see what just happened.
Oh my goodness, that's horrible. Hey, Izzy, how are you now? Casey says I have to get myself another bottle of this Baker's 13. OMG. Dude, I freaking know. It's like whiskey of the year type shit right there.
I
I
think
love
you and Casey talk to each other about whiskey the same way teenage girls talk to their friends about boys.
What's wrong with that?
I just think it's funny.
Well, maybe me and Casey are just a couple of teenage gals tipping back a couple of whiskeys.
Is Casey gonna have a mustache this weekend?
I don't know. Casey, are you gonna have a mustache this weekend? I don't know. I still gotta put the word out there to everyone that, hey, we're doing mustaches. Feel free or not free to participate.
Okay, well, you probably should have said it like 2 weeks ago because sometimes it takes people longer than other people to grow mustaches.
Most of the people who can grow facial hair that are coming have facial hair. And the people who don't have facial hair is usually because they can't.
Who doesn't have facial hair?
I don't. Chase?
Chase doesn't have facial hair?
No? He doesn't have facial hair, I don't think.
Don't all guys have facial hair? But he's
No,
just really good
no.
at shaving it.
All guys do not have facial hair.
Really?
No. Some guys cannot grow facial hair for their
I know,
life.
but like they still have like scragglers, do they not?
Spotty.
Wow, I'm learning new things.
Yes, you are.
I grew up in a hairy family.
Yeah, I grew up in a hairy family too. Tune in to find out about the sash. Oh. Okay. Casey, whose vehicle are you taking up there this weekend? You don't have to answer me on here, but since you're here, text me or something. Okay, so next up on the list, we got DSP TN1, which is the Jack Daniels Distillery Series Straight Tennessee Whiskey, finished in añejo tequila barrels. There it is. There's the stats down there. Yep. So I'm actually really excited about this. I personally like tequila.
Holden personally likes everything
No.
except for the sweet.
No.
What don't you like?
Lafroig.
Yes, but you started out extremely on like the extreme end. If you would have started with something calmer and worked your way there, you probably would have liked it.
Yeah, who knows? If I would have drank it now, maybe I would like it. But all I know is that one time I had Lafroig, I said never again. But that being said, the first time I had tequila, Well, I lied. The first time I had tequila was in shot form. It was tequila blanco, Patron silver, and well, you can't really enjoy it, right? But the second time I had tequila actually was in a bar in Milwaukee, and it was actually mezcal, not tequila, and it was like a little bit smoky and a little bit tequila-y, and it was like some good shit.
Mezcal was just a type of tequila.
Mezcal is a type of tequila, but it's like mezcal tequila is like the difference between Highland Scotch, which doesn't have peat, versus peated Scotch, which is like Lafroig and Ardbeg.
Yeah, I remember it was gross.
No, it wasn't gross. It was good because it had the perfect amount of sweetness to smokiness. You know, it's mezcal. It was like, it was nice. Plus, it was not a cheap one. So that being said, I think this whiskey could actually be something that I enjoy. It's actually bringing me brought. Sounds good. As long as you guys can fit all your clubs in there. If you can't fit all your clubs in there, you'll have to throw me in with my dad. I just cannot get into tequila. Could be at least one horrid college experience. Could be at least one horrid college experience. See, I never went to a 4-year college, so I didn't get
Puerto Rican hookers.
blacked out every weekend and like die.
I didn't get blacked out every weekend, but when you're in college, people just kind of pour.
No, I know, but like the one thing that has absolutely just destroyed me is crapple. I can't. A Crown Apple is just like the death of me. Someone pours me crapple, and I'm like, take it away. I don't want to see it. It's like I'll take Malort over crapple, and that's not even. I'm not. It's not. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not.
Don't you have a big ass bottle of Crown Apple?
Yes, I do. Well, Crown Apple is great in a mixer. Put a little lemonade in there, a little Sprite or something. Perfect. Crown Apple in a shot? Not good. Not my cup of tea. Some say never again with Malort, and well, then they have it again. Want to know why? Because it's Malort. I'll have another.
I judge you.
That's the slogan.
I know it's the slogan.
Oh, also, Lauren got her ring back today.
Oh.
Are you excited doing it to other people? Or is it a secret?
Well, I don't want to move.
Oh, want me to show them?
Sure.
Lauren got her wedding band soldered onto her ring. So now we got a lot more blue on there. Wow, focus. It's just getting our faces. There it is. All those emeralds and stuff. Those are all.
Those are sapphires.
That's what came out of my mouth. It sounded like I said emeralds, but sapphires is actually what I said.
Well,
I know my stones. I
years.
designed that, not the wedding band, but I did design the actual ring. So I know what they're called. But yeah, so she was really excited about that, weren't you? Bino says same here, Kitty, about the tequila. It sounds like a great time. Oh wait.
Bino doesn't take shots of tequila. It takes shots of bean.
It's like that one meme or that one video. It's like tequila, tequila. Yeah, I can relate. Many Highland Scotch is peated. Many a Highland Scotch is peated. Okay, well,
Holden's not an expert. Okay, we've all
I'm
established
merely
this, so let's just
saying what most people say is that Highland Scotches are usually on the less peated side. I know that there can be peated Highland Scotch. I know it's kind of like saying Tennessee whiskey isn't bourbon. Like, clearly it's bourbon. And clearly there's some people in Tennessee that make bourbon. But most Tennessee, when you think of Tennessee whiskey, you think of Tennessee whiskey, not bourbon, even though it is bourbon. I don't know. It's one of those things. Ron Jeremy called. He wants his mustache back.
Yeah, Holden's mustache is getting long.
You liked it.
I know, but you said you were gonna shave it off when you lost all your weight, and I have a feeling it's just gonna keep growing, and it's gonna look like a
I'm gonna curl it like that.
Okay, well then I'm not gonna like it.
Not Isla. It's peated. I know. It's okay, Peter. I promise I'm not stupid.
Peter's just gonna tear you to shreds today.
I know. He's just like, this idiot and his sweet wheat. I didn't even want to see it. Derek says you need good tequila some are mixed with who knows what. True that. True that. I will not want. Or I do not want Crapple, but Malort. Oh hell no. Were you secretly born in Chicago? Well, I hope not, because the Bears still suck. What are we saying? Oh, the ring. Yes. I could get blinded by that ring if the sun hits it. Well, yeah, that could actually happen. Believe it or not.
Don't compliment Holden too much.
Wear sunglasses around that thing. That's for sure. But okay, let's get some tequila bourbon. Well, sorry, tequila Tennessee whiskey on the nose, 90 proof.
Does it smell gross?
No, actually, it smells like really good. Like it smells sweet. Like the tequila's it's there, but it's like
It smells like tequila.
not like
It smells like tequila. It does
no.
not smell like bourbon.
No. Oh yes, it does not smell like bourbon.
That's what I smell before I start my Puerto Rican hooker.
It does not smell like bourbon, but it doesn't smell like tequila. It smells like a very, very,
what
very
tequila are you
sweet
having that
tequila,
doesn't smell
maybe.
like
That dog is gonna get a yank on his chain. No, it absolutely smells awesome. Anybody want a pug? This one is a killer. I'm confused if that's a joke or if you're being serious, because I would love a pug.
You just want every ugly dog.
Pugs? What? She just called pugs ugly.
I didn't say that.
She just called pugs ugly, and now we're gonna cancel Lauren. I don't think I've had whiskey finished tequila barrels. I have not either until this one right now. But it smells good. It smells sweet, sweeter than the sweet wheat does. There's a little bit of that agave in there, obviously. Caramely for sure, absolutely. There's loads of caramel in here. And just very sweet notes. I want to say a little bit of like a red fruitiness, maybe more like a raspberry-esque fruit on here. There's a little bit of oak, but nothing too apparent. Not spicy. I'm not getting really any spices at all. In the nose, but
Holden, you didn't share with everyone your news.
got news out there?
Yeah.
I know. I was gonna get there eventually.
I was just thinking about it.
Trust me. I think about it a lot. In fact, we might go do something with the news after this. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this on the palate because I'm more than
Did you leave
intrigued.
our baby out there and you forget to tell me?
You know what? So okay. That, honestly, guys, even if you don't like tequila, you could probably get behind that. That is some, like, it's not, like, absolutely insanely good, but you can tell it's 90 proof. It definitely doesn't have all that proof there to back it up, but, yeah, good, sweet, a little bit more spice on the palate. The finish kind of is all bourbon, classic-y bourbon. The front of the palate is where you kind of get that agave sweetness coming in there with the tequila finish. Overall, it definitely smells more like tequila than it tastes, and it doesn't even smell like a lot like tequila. I think this is really good. I would buy another bottle of this. Like, obviously not two at the same time, but like, if I had emptied this one, like, this is something I would drink 10 times over the sweet wheat for sure. I mean, this is like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I could put it in the end of the year blind. I don't know if it's that good. It's only 90 proof, but it's doing quite well for itself, I gotta say. I think that if you put it in a blind, you might be able to pick it out on the nose. But I honestly feel that if you poured this in a blind of 4 other whiskeys, that just based on palate alone, you guys probably couldn't pick it out, I don't think. So let me get another sip, though, just to be sure. Honestly, it kind of tastes like a high rye bourbon. Like 36% rye or something stupid like that. It's like, is 36 a high rye? Yeah, I think it is. 36 rye, I think, type bourbon. Spicy on the palate, on the finish. Like the finish is bringing some spice in there, a little bit of clove, Maybe like a sweet kind of like oak spice as well. Pretty good. I like that a lot, actually. If you guys have the chance to try
Would
that,
be what we would use in a whiskey tequila or a whiskey margarita?
a whiskey, you could probably use that in a whiskey margarita, except I probably don't know if I would since this is distillery only and only a 375. But because I feel like this is definitely something that if a Jack Daniels nerd comes and he wants to try something special, I feel like that's something really fun to pull out and give people. I definitely don't think it should be wasted in a cocktail. And it's really good too. So I'm sure it would be great in a margarita. I just don't know if I'd want to use it for that. If they sold that in big bottles, yeah, like buy one, put in margarita. But I think that almost might be too good to put in margaritas. One margarita, I don't give it a head. Sugar, he says you can call me
You're
Ray,
not giving anyone head.
and you can call me Jay.
Ray J?
Ray J?
Like the guy who Kim Kardashian had sex with?
Derek says, I believe the barrels on that Jack started as Jack barrels, and then they aged the tequila before sending them back to age this whiskey. Okay, so the tequila was aged in the ex-bourbon barrels, which I think is pretty typical of tequila. For like an añejo tequila, it usually gets aged in an ex-bourbon barrel, I think, kind of like Scotch does a lot. Not all the time, obviously. But then after it was aged to the tequila, and it was sent back to Jack Daniels, in which they aged this whiskey out of, according to Derek. So yeah, I definitely there's a hint of tequila in there, but it's not overpowering. I think a lot of you guys, honestly, even I might borderline say that if you wanted to maybe like some tequila notes, this would be a good one to start with. Obviously, you're probably never going to find it unless you go to Jack Daniels, but it's really fun. I thoroughly enjoy this experiment, so that's really cool. Thank you, Derek, for getting this for me.
That's what it is an experiment?
Yeah, so the Jack Daniels Distillery series they like do some funky stuff, and they put in these small bottles just so that people can try. And then I think if one absolutely blows up about how good it is, then maybe they'll consider putting it in a whatever. But yeah. So Fantasy says tequila barrels should just be burned afterwards. To be fair, tequila's not that bad, in my opinion. I feel like tequila's getting a bad rap.
He looks like a tequila drinker. Why is he hating that?
That's not nice.
What is not nice about that? I drink tequila.
Why? Because he's from Arizona? You think he drinks tequila because he could grow agave in his backyard?
He might. Maybe he grows some other things back there.
Maybe. Everyone's agreeing with him too, man. It's everyone hates tequila. Holy shit. You have a pug where you're like, oh. Hey. Well, Lauren thinks pugs are ugly, so let's just put that out.
I didn't say that.
What the heck?
You just like all the wrinkly ones, and I want a fluffy one.
Yeah, the wrinkly ones are fun. They have so much wrinkle, fatty skin that you just get to play with it and go.
But what about the fluffy one?
Want to know why I like boobs so much? Because it's just a bunch of fat, just like my dog.
What are you saying about me?
I'm just saying there's a clear correlation between the amount of fat
I think
that you can play with
seriously
and how much you love something.
Talking. I mean, you're comparing dogs to boobs, and that's weird.
Is it though?
It is.
They can both of them can make your life really nice.
No, this is weird.
And both of them can ruin your life.
We're borderlining peanut butter on our assholes. Okay.
Wait, when did we talk about that?
That's what we're borderlining here. And it's disturbing.
Why would you bring that up?
Because it's disturbing.
Why would you bring that up?
Scared.
Why would you even say peanut butter on the pod?
Because I don't know what you do when I'm not home, and I'm nervous now.
I'm nervous to continue this conversation, so I think I'm just gonna put that over there. Gosh, it's rowdy in here. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and lick the like. And it helps us out a lot. Also, if you're not a member of the channel, feel free to hit the join button. If you're on your phone, you will have to go onto Google or Safari, find the Bourbon Bar on YouTube. Then you have to view the webpage as a laptop or a desktop view, and then you'll see a join button. It's really stupid, I know, but if you wanted to support the Bourbon Bar, that's the place to do it. Stickers and emojis are in the works, and the Glencairns are coming very soon. T-shirts are
What is
almost designed. They're very close. Everything's just on the precipice. That's how you say that, right? Precipice? Precipice or precipice?
You have some balls using big words today.
And yeah, so make sure you guys hit the join. That helps me out a lot. Helps us both, actually. Those bottles did come in handy putting them in my boots going to concerts. Which bottles? Oh, like these bottles? These bottles are awesome because they're kind of like a flask. It's like a handle, basically. Or not a handle. It's not a handle. It's like
you can put it in your boots.
Well, yeah, it's like it's meant to like slip some. They sell the little bottles at the liquor stores that all the alcoholics get. They're always shaped like that so that they can just like slip them in their jacket pocket or whatever, kind of like a flask. Derek says it was not available for purchase yet, but we tried a Tennessee Tasters. It's their Tennessee whiskey barrel or Tennessee whiskey blended with their rye. So it's basically Tennessee's Burr Rye, is what it is. But technically, it can't be a Burr Rye because Tennessee doesn't make bourbon. Whatever.
They just do that for marketing.
Yes.
Well,
okay. Actually, Tennessee whiskey has a charcoal chill filtered to mellow it out, so it drinks smoother, basically. But that's just a fancy way of making it into Tennessee whiskey rather than just being bourbon. Basically, Tennessee whiskey is bourbon, but they call it Tennessee whiskey because they add the extra step. So, yeah. So that being said, Tater Bait 375. Oh, true. I love the 375s. Although it is nice getting the opportunity to get one, I just don't like it when they put a 375 at a 750 milliliter price tag. That's less cool. But Sugar says if you want wrinkles, get a Sharpie. About $1,000 a wrinkle.
Is that those big fluffy dogs with the wrinkles in the front?
Like big fluffy wrinkle dogs? Don't call me dude. I'm not your dude, bro. I'm not your bro, man. I'm not your man, dude. I'm sorry, Hanging Easy. My bad. And he says he found a pug wandering around in the desert. She was almost coyote food. Oh, yeah. They found his pug wandering around the desert. Well, that's cool, too. Also, yes, we do have super chats. Oh, my gosh. Thank you, Sugar Kitty, for mentioning that. If you guys wanted to donate, you're always welcome.
To you can't even read.
I try my darndest.
If everyone donates $5 today, we can get Holden back in school.
If everyone donates $5, you can afford to send an idiot to school to be able to get the ability to read. Or maybe talk too. Maybe I need speech lessons.
Therapy.
Casey says still going to hunt the old Forester 117 for my entire life to find it for MSRP. Well, you could have had it. He could have had it. But someone didn't like the price of something that was way overpriced. Super Chat for English as a second language lesson for Holden. True. Yes. Do Super Chat to help me pay for my Duolingo
geography
premium.
One too.
I think they would need to do a lot more than super chatting. I'm probably talking about fundraisers and galas in order to afford me being smart enough to get geography.
We need to do a gala. Oh, what outfit are we gonna wear?
Everything.
Are you gonna get like a big pair of scissors to cut open your school? You're gonna open for adults who can't.
For all adults who don't know where they live.
Geography.
Okay, next up on the list is J. Henry & Sons Wisconsin straight bourbon whiskey, finished in Armagnac barrels called the La Flamme Reserve. It's aged 5 years.
Is this bottle gonna win end of the year?
It very well could.
We gotta rep the Wisconsin.
It very well could. I don't know if I've had better. I don't know if this is considered a craft distillery or not. I don't know if I've ever had better Wisconsin whiskey. In fact, that's a lie. I know for a fact I've never tasted a better Wisconsin whiskey yet.
Oh, he has the Sharpies on there. Give me your phone.
But that being said, this bottle in particular is 5 years old. It is 56.75% alcohol. That is 113.5 proof.
Oh,
That's a yes for me. Look at how many wrinkles he has. Oh, you should have never showed me that. And Lauren thinks it's cute, which means we can get it. Yes.
No, he said it's a grand a wrinkle. That one's got like 50 wrinkles.
Well, you know what? So are bulldogs, though. Bulldogs are like 5 Gs.
Yeah, and they're ugly and they smell.
You take that back. You think a Shar-Pei isn't going to smell?
I don't know.
You're going to smell like freshly baked bread. But this is finished in Armiac barrels, blended by the one and only Nancy Fraley. Although, at the release party for J. Henry & Sons La Flame Reserve this year, she passed the torch down to Joe Henry, who is the son of
From the other Henry.
From the other Henry. Basically the next in line to be the master distiller over at the J. Henry Farms over in Dane, Wisconsin. So, that being said, I'm pretty sure this is probably the last batch that she's going to be blending. And I'm pretty sure she passed the torch on to him, which means he's going to be blending them in the future. But she vouches for him, and I have good faith that it will continue to be delicious. So, Kate says, true, that is the best Wisconsin whiskey. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Shar-Pei have anger issues, I've heard. To be fair.
We don't need another dog. We can't even handle the one we have.
Hey, he's just young and large. But
He can't attack another child.
he didn't attack any children.
He freaked out.
Well, yeah, he scratched our floors to shit, but he didn't attack them at all.
Well, I think he was getting close.
Okay, so on the nose, this smells decadent would be the word I would use to describe this. It's like I could live in this nose forever. It makes me so happy inside. It's got like all sorts of sweet, like deliciousness. I actually did a in-depth review. I sat down with this for like a long time and I wrote some notes.
You yelled at me for
Yes.
talking during it.
Yes, it smells like candied roasted nuts. Like when you go to the fair and you get those nuts that have like that sugary coating on it, and like, oh yes. It also has a little bit of like a sweet tobacco in there too, which is super enjoyable. But I've never smelled anything more candy roasted nuts in my life, and it's like in the best way possible. I want to eat this. Like I'm resisting the urge to bite into the Glencairn so that I can crunch and like feel like I'm eating what I'm smelling. It's epic. And a little bit of light oak and vanilla, but brown sugar is definitely one that is in here very apparently. I think probably because it's got so much flavors in there, that dark like nutty flavor. I think brown sugar is probably what kind of the vibe is for those like candied nuts. But yeah,
Does
absolutely
it smell like the apple crisp I made?
amazing, huh?
It doesn't smell like the apple crisp.
No, but it would go great with the apple crisp. I bet it would taste amazing with apple
I made
crisp.
homemade apple crisp, guys. It was yummy.
A Shar-Pei will cost you a car.
Well,
Are we talking like a small used car or like a brand new, maybe like a 2019 used Ford F-150? What are we talking here? Kettle corn. Kettle corn's a good one. Kettle corn. Yeah. Like caramel, kettle corn.
I feel like Driftless Glen just
Kettle corn
needs
is this is
to
very
do
sweet.
something else because this is clearly more marketed.
No, this isn't hardly marketed.
No, I'm saying like people are more, they want to go get this, but like Driftless Glen doesn't put that stuff out like that, do they?
No, they do. Driftless Glen has some amazing stuff, but
Well, you don't ever talk about them.
that's because I don't own any Driftless Glen bottles, whereas I own the entire lineup of J. Henry bottles now,
why
and I
aren't you
like them all.
supporting local businesses.
Because I don't know
You're
if
a hater. You're a hater. Just say it.
I support
Just
local
say it,
businesses.
say it,
I just don't
say
know
it,
if
just say you're a hater.
I don't know
Just
if Driftless Glen is necessarily considered craft anymore. They're kind of everywhere or most places.
I don't know.
And I've talked amazing things about their single barrel rise because it's very, very good. But I've never had anything from Driftless Glen that even touched this. So, Driftless Glen also makes a decent bourbon, to be fair. They make good whiskey. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this This is Wisconsin whiskey. This is creme de la creme. It's like
It's the flamme de la flamme.
creme brulee.
I don't like creme brulee.
It's like the hard shell of creme brulee.
Okay,
But
so
let's
smoky sugar.
yes. Let's go ahead and get it on the palate because I just want to drink it. To be honest,
To be I'm cold. You could care less. My whole back could fall off and you wouldn't care.
That tastes so good. That's end of the year whiskey right there. Oh, and the finish has such a nice sweet tobacco note in it as well, with a good amount of oak, which is always appreciated. Oh my gosh, and this like chocolate brownie note in the palate that I really, really enjoy, especially on the finish. In the like retro nasal, you're getting that chocolatey note. I think there might be a reason why this is one of my favorite whiskeys that I've had. And the thing is, it's not, they don't market this really. It's just that the reason it's so popular is because they put out the first one and it was amazing. Then the next year they put it out and people were just like, oh my gosh, this is like blah, blah, blah on Facebook and stuff. So then everyone was buying it. And I don't know if batch number 3-October 23 means it's a third batch or if it just means that it was released on October 3rd. But I don't know. It won World Spirits competition from San Francisco. It won the double gold in 2022. So
what the fuck
it must be
makes
pretty recent.
them think that I give a fuck about California's?
Because it's like the biggest. I'm pretty sure it's like one of the biggest spirits competitions that they have. I like Driftless Rye better than the Bourbon. I agree though. That Driftless Rye single barrel is amazing, and you know they can see everything you do on the camera.
I'm not doing anything. My arms are in my blanket.
I have not tasted Driftless. I have not tasted a Driftless I did not like. I haven't either. I think the Port Barrel one was a little bit tame, but still very good. Definitely, I think better than Angel's Envy, which is probably one of the biggest port finish, one of the most popular, famous port finishes. Not best tasting, but like very well known. And it is better than that, so there's a plus there. Some of the port finish from Driftless good. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. The port finish is good. It's I think it's only like 90 proof though, or it's like a lower proof, which I have no quarrels with, and I actually really like it a lot. I'm kind of a proof whore, to be honest.
I'm
such a little whore. Hanging AZ says, I love sweet tobacco note. Dude, I know. I knew that too. But this is like there. That's why I compared this to cigar blend, because a lot of the notes are similar. It's got kind of this like super awesome, sweet, kind of like dark fruitiness. Like I could, dare I say, there's like a little bit of like a raisiny note in here. A slight raisiny note actually too, which I really enjoy. But it's so good. I like it a lot. I'm gonna drink it again.
Okay. I wish you would say that about me.
I could drink that all day long. In fact, the fact that I didn't buy last year's is like idiot. Why didn't I literally passed it last year a few times before it sold out, and
maybe we're stupid last year.
I didn't buy it, but yeah, I definitely should have. Peter White says the samples I have had of Driftless Glen Rye were excellent. Truth. Hanging Z says have not. Oh, he's not been to Oso Brewing and Distillery. And Casey says he went there while down in Arizona, Scottsdale location. They have some all right craft bourbon. Interesting.
Well, if it's only all right, I'm probably not going to drive down to Arizona.
Now, if it was J. Henry and LaFlame, I'd be down there tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I guess we're going to find out at the end of the year blind, because this is going in there, and it's probably going to kill a lot of good whiskeys. Yeah, so that being said, we have one last whiskey that we're going to drink on here tonight. I really want to have this J. Henry with a cigar sometime. And maybe I'll do a blind against cigar blend for you guys at one point, but that's not going to be tonight because the next up on the list.
Because if Holden gets drunk again, he's not going to be able to read the comments. It's going to be 2 weeks in a row of him not being able to do it, and then he's going to get cut off.
Oh, plus I have really, really big news, and I really want to tell you guys about it.
It's not really, really, really big news.
Okay, don't play it down. Don't play it down.
It is just something you're happy about.
I'm extremely happy about it. So, I went ahead.
Everyone's going to think that it's a baby because I haven't been drinking.
I went ahead and I bought myself. Well, I can't say that. I went ahead and I bought us.
Oh, am I allowed to touch it?
Truck. Well, yeah, you're allowed. You're allowed to drive it and touch it. It's your truck just as well as it's my truck. Kind of. But I bought a truck. I bought a used 2019 Ford F-150. It's got 46,000 miles on it. It's got the 3.5 EcoBoost motor, which actually makes just 10 less horsepower than the V8, but it makes 50 more foot-pounds of torque than the V8. It's got a towing capacity of obnoxious numbers of 13,000 pounds for a V6 truck. And from all the reviews I did on it, it absolutely blows the V8s out of the water when it comes to towing, or the smaller V8s like the 5.3 and the 5.0 from Ford and Chevy. It is a crew cab, super crew cab, 6.5 foot bed, super cool. I'll show you guys a video because I'm just really excited about it.
So we have 2 blue cars and a blue house. The lady across the street has a yellow car and a yellow house, and we moved in here. We were like, oh my god, look at the yellow lady.
We're making fun
and
of
now
her.
we're the blue people.
Yeah, we are.
We're like Avatar.
There it is, big Ford F-150. And it's funny because I've always been a Chevy guy, but I'll admit I like this Ford a lot better than I have liked previous Chevys. I never owned a Chevy truck personally, but I did work at Gandrud as a detailer, and I've been inside of and cleaned and driven many, many, many Chevy trucks.
Oh my god, Holden. You could have lost that entire bottle.
And this Ford is pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So that's our big news. I kind of want to go drive it around after this, so I can't drink too much. Because then I'll be
our last bottle. It's gonna be
intoxicated. So that being said, let's put these two guys off to the side and let's go ahead and get into this little book, Chapter 7, in retrospect. But first, let's see what the people have to say about.
You are scrolling.
Yeah, I must have clicked off something. Let's see what the people have to say about the old Ford F-150 because I know there's going to be some opinions in here. Because you see, not everyone likes Fords, but
I don't think anyone's going to come on here and just annihilate you for getting a Ford truck.
That's true. Driftless is hard to find in Arizona, to be fair.
Why didn't you tell Casey to bring you some?
Yeah, honestly, Casey could have brought you a case, bro. Wait, I think I sent him one. Wait, did I send him one? Hanging AT, did I send you a bottle of Driftless, or was that Jake?
I don't know.
I sent someone a bottle of single barrel rye.
A box of shit.
I know, but I sent someone a bottle of Driftless Glen Rye.
We just
single
put
barrel.
it in the box. He probably opened it and was like, what the fuck?
Derek says that Lauren can drive it as long as she does not run the little car off the road. I still have nightmares. Yeah. No running little cars off the road.
No, I'll run you off the road.
Sugar says, I'm so blue over you. What will I do? So true. Truck is so blue.
Yeah, look at us, blue people.
I'm blue. Da-bo-dee-da-bo-da, If I were green, I would die. I'm blue. If I were green, I would die.
I don't get that song.
It doesn't actually say, if I were green, I would die. It's just a parody. Yes. And color-coordinated neighborhood. Cool. Yeah, it's like those movies where you drive down and so it's like pink, yellow, blue, green, red. Like just like Crayola crayon box houses. Yeah, it's one of those neighborhoods. Tricky says I got my Kia Sorento. Is it Kia my Sorento? Kia Sorento last week. Really needed to get something other than a 2005 Honda. Hey, I was driving a 2005 Buick. It was a Buick LeSabre too. Man, that thing was a champ. I still actually have it. If you guys want to buy a car for $5,000, Hit me up. It's only got 105,000 miles and then bulletproof 3.8
How the
liter.
fuck did you put 105,000 miles on it?
Well, I drove it. And it only had what, like 80,000 when I bought it?
60. Maybe it did.
No.
I'm crazy.
No, I've only had it for like a year.
You've had it for 2 years.
2 years. So that's probably like 20,000 miles, I guess. I'd wager. Anyway, Casey says, "Ooh, that's awesome." Oh wait, no, he's not talking about my truck. He's talking about AZ. Lame. I was gonna say, why is he acting so surprised? I showed him it already. Peter says, "Never owned a truck, SUVs. We needed a truck. That's why we have it, because between owning a house and all the stuff that I plan to do with our future and ways to make money and stuff, everything requires a truck. Like the truck is kind of the entry point to being able to do all the stuff that I want to do in life. And I've been driving around a shipbox car because I sold my fun car so that we could afford to live in a house and save up money and get married.
Because I needed a car, and you didn't want 2 car payments.
Oh, that too. I did sell.
Would have been way. We didn't even live together yet when you got the Buick.
You're right. No, you're not right.
Yes, I am. Because you had
your parents'
Pontiac at that old apartment.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind.
This is just proof that Holden just sits down here and fucking lies and just pulls shit out of his ass and then says it.
Okay, why would I lie about that though?
Because you're making yourself seem so cool that you were saving up for a house, but you weren't.
It literally makes me a better person, the fact that I sold my fun car to buy you a reliable car. It just makes me look like a better person. You think I wouldn't want people to know how good of a man I am?
Tell the truth.
Okay, I sold my Subaru WRX so that because Lauren's car shit out and we needed to buy her a new car, so I sold mine and got a cheap beater so that we could get her a nice Ford Focus. That being said, now we have a truck, and I couldn't be more ecstatic. SUV would have probably been okay, but they're quite a bit more expensive than trucks for like what you get. So, yes. Bino says, "Sorry, Chevy." He's a Chevy guy.
Okay, but when I was growing up, Bino had one of those old Jeeps. Okay. And then he got this truck that he has.
What truck does he have? A Chevy?
He has an old Chevy that I'm pretty sure he broke parts of it within like 2 days of having it.
That's funny. Oh, by the way, the La Flame also has a little bit of like maple syrupy vibe. Just throwing that out there.
Okay, we're moving on to this one.
Shuki says my Honda had 205,000 miles. Yeah, that is good. I know for a fact my Buick would have made it there. That I know for a fact the Buick's engine would have made it there. There is a little bit of rust starting on the Buick, but nothing too major. And as he says, hard to find low mileage pickup out here. Yeah, mine is 46,000, and it was $36,000, which is pretty obnoxious. But in terms of modern day market, that was a really good deal, and it's it's got a lot of features.
Compared to
very
the other
loaded.
options.
Compared to everything else that's out there right now, I got a really good deal on it.
In this area, you didn't leave that area.
Right, yeah. But, yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. Vito says, good show, guys. Hockey's on. Yes, it is opening night, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. I think the Blackhawks are on today, and they're playing the... Who did I say yesterday? The Penguins or something?
Don't fucking sit around and act like I was listening to you. We didn't need to decide what hockey team we're going to go see.
I know, but we like the Blackhawks.
We do. We watched one Blackhawks game.
I watched like 3 of them.
Let's just like the Gamblers and then.
Okay, well we do like Gamblers. It's just
but like then it's easier. They're cheaper. We can go to the games.
I know, but what if we go to Chicago?
People don't have to hate on us.
Hey, you know what? The Blackhawks will be good one day, but we can't be bandwagon fans. We got to stick out with it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he says you sent me the 2 samples of Driftless. Oh yeah, but it was the weeded bourbon. And it was.
Where the fuck did you get samples of Driftless?
Casey. It was the box from Casey and Tay. No, yeah, it was a box from Casey and Tay.
Oh, yeah, because Taylor won that thing and she felt bad. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Good
we
stuff.
got to do a whole Wisconsin thing just to give it to someone who lives 20 minutes from us.
Yeah. So anyway, WRX has towing power. My WRX was a killer. To be fair, actually the WRX made roughly the same power as my truck does.
Yeah.
The truck makes probably about 50 more horse, and maybe like 20 more foot-pounds of torque. But the WRX was up there.
But it just couldn't
it
pull
couldn't-
as many pounds. Maybe.
Well, it couldn't stop the trailer. A lot of times towing capacity also has to do with the fact that if you need to stop, the trailer will run you over and you won't be able to stop in time. So the truck's brakes factor into a towing capacity. But I miss my Toyota Taco. Well, you know what? Tacos are really cool. Casey and I worked at Gander together, detailing cars, and our boss there had a pimped out taco, and it was pretty baller. I'm not gonna lie. Had like some nice mudding tires,
What is
and
that?
it was a little hair
From,
or a little a fuzzy, not a hair.
it was a huge
It was like a
fuzzy.
feather.
Where'd you get a feather? Wait, hold on, you're wasting.
Oops. Anyway, but yeah, so I feel. Casey says, bunch of Ford owners, gosh darn hooligans. Yeah, who would have thought that I would own a Ford growing up the way I did? You know? Not me. Not me.
I just drove whatever my dad picked out for me. Because not a big deal.
Hey, Neezy says SUV is just a truck with a little fancy top. Exactly. If I want an SUV, I'll just get a grandpa cap. A pappy cap. A pap cap. Peter says, I miss all my muscle cars. Oh well, had to grow up. I know, I still have the Camaro in the garage that I plan on never selling, God willing. But
That's one of our children. Does something stupid.
needs hospital
Yeah.
something or other. Casey says, throwing a hitch on Taylor's SUV to haul shit around. I'm shocked she agreed to do it. Hey, you know what though? That'll work. Like, I got a truck because it's convenient for me.
Okay. Quit it. You're spilling whiskey. You're going to tip over the fucking shelf.
But if I didn't need a truck, I don't know if I would have bought one. I certainly feel a lot more manly driving one around. Not gonna lie, I feel awesome in it. But it's huge. Not like tall and big, but like it's long. It's a 6.5 foot bed crew cab, which normal crew cabs are only 5.5 foot beds. So you got an extra foot of truck there compared to like your average truck. And you can tell somewhat, but at the same time, I was driving a Buick, and that was a boat. So, yeah. Connor Bedard time. I don't know. Definitely about hockey, though. Mr. Lopez is in the chat. Says, I still haven't gotten rid of that caterpillar, huh, Holdy? Wow. Insulting my caterpillar.
20 more pounds
calling me
before you
Holdy.
can get rid of them.
That's not true. I'm down like 4 pounds from when I started the mustache thing.
16
And what has it been?
pounds.
2 weeks? 4 pounds in 2 weeks is good.
You've eaten donuts every single day.
Yeah, but nothing else, which means I still lost weight. Just saying. And whose fault is it that we have donuts?
Why are you looking at me? I
You're
didn't
the
go to
one.
Chicago.
You told them, hey, you're going to Chicago, get Stan's donuts.
I didn't say that. They said we're going to Stan's Donuts. We're gonna bring home donuts.
By the way, cheers, Mr. Lopez. Gandy Road is in the chat. Says, cheers, everyone. Cheers, Gandy, Mr. Gandy. How are you doing? Hanging Z says I should have gotten a motorcycle with a sidecar. Now that's practical. I do have a motorcycle, which I probably use a lot in the summer for gas mileage, but luckily the EcoBoost gets decent mileage. Shirky says if I ever got a bike with a sidecar, the cats would be inside on being driven around. Better to just let them have the keys to the car. Well, you know what? Did we show them already the dog on the back of the guy's motorcycle?
I'm sure.
We saw a dog once, literally on a normal motorcycle. He was sitting on the back seat, like there was a sissy bar, that was it, and he had his paws on the driver of the motorcycle. No straps, no nothing. Dog was just fucking sitting there. The
How
guy
do you
just.
think they trained him to do that?
I don't know.
Like maybe on like a regular.
That's
bicycle?
so dangerous. Like, I don't know if he got him to sit up there and like walked around the yard or crawled at 5 miles an hour, but it's very impressive. Bourbon and weeded bourbon. Yes, that's right. I knew it was a weeded. I couldn't remember what the other one was, but those are both very good. I like Driftless a lot. I do. Inside, insist. Casey says, that's true. I can't wait to buy another truck. Yeah.
Why did he get rid of his truck? Just because it was too much?
Impractical for him.
Okay, but why didn't he just get another truck, like a small truck?
Because
I don't know why, but I just picturing Casey. I've never seen him driving either. You know what I mean? So it's like just picturing him in that little car.
he still has a truck technically. He has a work truck that he drives around most of the time. So, he's definitely not like missing out on anything too much. But he doesn't have a truck that's his. You know what I mean? We have a truck that's ours. Like we own that. We own that on B. But Peter says he might not want to bring down that shelf behind you. Yeah, there goes $11,000. Hanging AZ says my Chevy Colorado was a piece of crap, flimsy interior. Oh yeah, the Colorados, they're just too small for me, and they are very cheap on the inside, or at least cheap feeling. I've never liked them, honestly. I think a Colorado, like a Toyota Taco, nice, but a Colorado is just like, I don't know. I've never been the biggest fan. Bruh, I lose an easy 5 pounds after using the restroom, so 4 pounds in a week is not that good. Well, I weigh myself every day before bed, well, normally. So it's consistent, so no matter how much I poop or eat, at the end of the day, I'm still weighing myself, and I take the average. So, but I do agree. I've lost my fair share of pounds in the toilet, to be fair. I'm out, dudes. If you do anything Canadian, make sure Peter is here to supervise. Cheers, Hanging AZ. Thanks for being here. I want to go ahead and get into this Little Book Chapter 7, so I'm going to quickly catch up on these comments. But have a good rest of your night, man. Sure, he says, if I ever need to open a bed truck, I'll just buy a beater. If I ever need an open bed truck, I'll just buy a beater. 3 years ago, I had a 1999 S10 with plates that said Bubba D truck. Don't need big money. Hey, S10s are dope, though. S10s go forever. Casey says, I bought the car for work. So, yeah, fuel economy, basically, and practicality. I just take what car the company gives me. Hey, that always works, too. But you guys are here for the whiskey. Yeah, right. But I guess I will do a little bit of drinking tonight. So, Little Book Chapter 7, in retrospect.
Hey, you don't want to let too much go or no one's going to watch your video.
That's true. So this guy has an 18-year Kentucky whiskey, 17-year-old Kentucky bourbons. Both of those are bourbons. 18 and 17-year-old bourbons. A 10-year-old rye. A 9-year-old bourbon. A 5-year-old straight malt whiskey finished in applewood smoked barrels. That one is from last year's, which was to the finish, which I do have. And it's got a 4-year Kentucky bourbon and a 4-year Kentucky rye. So lots of high age stuff in here, and then some lower age stuff. This is 59.05% alcohol. That's 118.1 proof. Let's go ahead and get it on the nose. And you know what? On the nose, it just smells awesome. It's got like this sweetness, candy, like Pez dispenser. I think I was talking to Casey, and we had gotten this Pez note, or at least I had gotten this Pez note on it, which I really like. Hey, take a sniff of that. You like that one?
I don't get Pez.
It does. Are you sure? It's got like that Pez, and there's like it's a little bit of like sugar dust on it, but it's kind of like candy, sweet. I don't know. I definitely smell like a Pez note. Maybe it's a metallic vanilla coming through on the nose, but it definitely has good oak presence. I feel like I'm getting more oak this time around than I did the first time I drank it, but there's definitely a sweet oak presence, a little bit of like a brown sugar coming through on here. I want to say there's a slight smoky note coming from that smoked apple barrel.
That one would taste good with my apple cobbler.
Oh, this one would taste bomb with your apple cobbler. But let's go ahead and get a little palate sip of this. Oh, okay.
Oh, Lord have mercy on
Okay.
my soul.
Honestly, I think I think it actually could be better this second time around than it was when I opened it. And the palate is very good. Very sweet. That caramel, it's like a caramel bomb on the palate. But that vanilla sweetness is also there a bit. Lots of sweet oak in the finish, but also a good amount of spice. Not like anything crazy, but like a nice like cinnamon nutmeg type spice in it. It's hold on, let me get another sip because that first one was not just everything at once. It was just me getting used to it. So let's go ahead and for sip number 2. It's honestly got this like a nice desserty sweetness, but there's red fruit there too. Wow. I there's a lot of oak on it actually. A lot more oak than I had originally thought about. Which is good. Oak spice and sweet oak, kind of like that kind of like oakiness that would drip down the barrel, that like syrupy oak syrup you might call it. Yeah, that's good. So the neck tag on this particular bad boy says it's got some subtle sweetness with notes of clove spice on the nose, and the palate is slightly floral with light smoke and sweet vanilla, followed by caramel. So pretty basic notes on the bottle, but overall not too misleading. I'd say on the nose, I could see a little bit of clove spice if I'm being persuaded that direction. When I think clove spice, though, I don't really know what I'm thinking, but it's definitely got that like that Christmas desserty kind of like what you would find in like a candle type spice, which is nice. But that sweetness, for me, doesn't seem as subtle as they're saying in here. But I'm seeing the light smoke on the palate, and the floralness is one that I don't necessarily particularly get. Maybe I do, but I have to get in for another sip just to try to find that floral note. The rest of them were spot on, but that floralness I got to search for here. So. That was almost the wrong pipe.
How are you struggling this much? You've had freaking 3 little teeny pours of whiskey.
4, actually 5,
teeny
actually, because I had.
You barely checked that one. You can't even
Yeah. Okay. So that little book is good. Actually, it's better than I think I originally graded it as. I think the palate has significantly jumped up from what I had originally said. I'm not going to give away my whole score here, but the palate I had set an 8.3 originally. I think I could probably bump the palate up to like an 8.7. That actually filled up quite well after opening up for just even, I think it's only been open for like 4 days or so, 4 or 5 days. And it's been well improved. So I'm definitely not disappointed when I say the Little Book Chapter 7 is awesome. I would pay for this twice, 3 times. I would buy this every time I saw it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I do think you guys should buy it if you have the opportunity. But Derek says, I wish I still had my Ford Ranger with a 7-foot bed and a 2.30 to 60 in 3 hours. Oh. And he means and a 2.3 liter engine in it, I'm assuming. And the 0 to 60 takes 3 hours. Well, you know what? That'll do it. You don't really need anything quick. I mean, my truck's quick, but like, not because it has to be quick, but it is though. It's pretty fast. Shirley says that the S10 was originally used by the county government on Long Island. They ran the mileage up to like 185,000. The next guy put another 85 on it. I eventually donated it at 310,000 miles. That's more than pretty good. That's like insanely good. They don't make vehicles like that anymore. I mean, here's the thing: too much technology. There's a million things that are going to fail before the motor does. But if anything fails in the motor, it's because of technology. Back then, when those S10s were made, it's just, explosion, piston moves up and down, turns the shaft, and your wheels turn. Like, that's what happens. It's very simple. Now it's like an explosion happens at this time because of this, but then this happens, and there's turbos, and there's fucking computers, and there's like shit, and then batteries, and like, holy crap. Next thing you know, something goes wrong in your truck, and it's a $6,000 fix. So I'm not looking forward to that portion of it, but hopefully that won't happen for a while. Kitty's also said he's had an Italian wine finished bourbon that gave him Pez vibes. I think Pez is an awesome note. I love Pez.
Holden loves every candy.
I don't know if I've ever had an Italian wine finished bourbon, but I would thoroughly like to try whatever that was. Best for apple cobbler is a Glencairn 10 Scotch.
You're gonna get more scotches then.
What do I have? Monkey shoulder and Sassenach?
You're not opening my Sassenach.
I have 1 to 2 scotches. I do have a couple sample bottles of scotch over there. I was supposed to do a collab with Anthony over from Bourbon Neophyte, but then he had to do something for school, and then a year passed, and now it's been over a year. So yeah, I hope that happens at some point. We're probably gonna have to send each other new samples because I had sent him some, and we did a live stream together, and he did drink my samples, but we never got it together a second time for me to drink his. But yeah, so I would like some more scotch for sure. It's just that money, But I am kind of moving up. This truck is allowing me to give me some opportunities to make some more money recently, and I'm gonna take it and try to just get as much money as I can, and then maybe I can buy some nice scotch for you guys to watch me drink. Casey says, very tasty drink you have there. I hope. Well, yeah, it is. Casey actually got me this little book while he was in Arizona. I think I told you guys that last week. But he brought it over and we reviewed it together. And so he will be in this Saturday's video. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Tater says, sorry I missed it earlier. Is that the 2023 little book? Yes, it is. It's 2023. It's the Chapter 7 in retrospect. It's a blend of all the previous little books that have come out. And it is very, very good. Very good. So, testing the maker's BEP versus BRTO2, BEP wins. Really nice. I gotta do that one yet. The BEP I remember was just a hitter.
Wait, when did you get a BEP?
Casey got it for me in Kentucky.
I don't remember this happening.
It's right there.
Oh no.
It's.
You don't need to struggle.
My leg is here. I can't turn like that. But yeah, BEP is an absolute hitter. Independent Joe's in the chat says, cheers, peeps. Independent Joe. Cheers to you, sir. Welcome to it. We're just on here drinking whiskey, having a good time. Thanks for being here, buddy. Sugar Kitty says, at 310,000 miles, the floorboards were rusted out. The fenders were held together with gum, etc., etc. I can imagine, for sure. But that'll happen, The engine can last forever, but you got to see how long the truck will last. Sugar says, if I put aside a sample of the one that gave me the Pez note, I could probably make that happen. It's one of the Yellowstone early special editions, done in Amaro cast. Wait, have I had Amaro? Amaro.
Yes, Amaro. Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Just stay here for a second, guys. Don't move. Don't go anywhere. I think I actually have Amaro in here. If I'm not mistaken.
Hi.
I just gotta find it because I'm pretty sure I use Amaro in the Brothers Bond. Yeah. Well, okay. So this is an Amaro liqueur, but when you're making the Brothers Bond Old Fashioned that they have on their website for Brothers Bond, you use this in it instead of simple syrup. And oh my gosh, it's so good. It smells like, honestly, like Christmas cookies and mint.
That does not smell like Christmas cookies and mint. It smells like fucking herbs.
Oh, it smells really good. I like it. It's original Italian product. Nice. Yeah, I gotta make another one of those old fashions. Those are really good. But I do know what Amaro is, so at least there's that.
At least you know something today.
At least I know something today. I'm not completely stupid, I promise. I promise. Independent Joe says Little Book 7 is good stuff. Yeah. I do like the 7. It's fantastic. The 7 is significantly better than 6. Me and Casey did a little side-by-side, doing the 7 versus 6. There's a very slight one during our review. and the 7 is much better.
I was right.
I may have a picture of Bubba D truck around. That'd be awesome.
He says it's a herbal liqueur. I don't like herbals.
Typo should be Amarone for the wine. Amaro is herbal liqueur. Yes. Okay. Well, I don't know what Amarone is, but I do know what Amaro is. So we can both be right. But mint is an herb, is it not? Is mint not an herb? I swear there's some kind of mint.
I mean, I guess.
There's a mint
but when
in
I
that
think herb,
Amaro.
I don't think of that.
Independent Joe's plugging the absolute shit out of the Bourbon Bar. Says, love this channel and great content. And why not join the
Just so everyone knows, this Amarone wine improves organ function.
Oh, talk about getting healthy and drunk at the same time. Now that's a combination that I can get behind. But yes, do check out the Patreon. But more importantly, actually, which I think if you guys want actual more bang for your buck, I do think that the YouTube membership, the join button that you can find next to the subscribe button on YouTube now for me, is actually probably the better way to get recognized, because it'll give you that little sticker by your name in the comments, and you can get special chats on the Bourbon Bar's live streams and stuff like that. You also get exclusive stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you can get from the Bourbon Bar membership. So if you'd rather join there rather than Patreon, absolutely feel free to do so. We would both appreciate it very much. Amarone is a red wine from the area around Venice. Amaro is from Sicily, I think. Interesting. I would like to try some Amarone since I like Italian.
Well, maybe he can give us a little nibble when we go on our honeymoon.
Maybe. Independent Joe says, love wristwatches, love to save money. Then why not use discount code Bourbon Bar, all one word, all caps, at the checkout for 20% off your next watch.
You know who wasn't here today?
Who wasn't here today?
Joe.
How dare he?
Oh.
It's Dickens. He must think that you're on here, and then he must have not came. Oh, it's okay. He can come back. Casey Tisler says the 2021 Yellowstone is the one you have at Sugar Kitty. Yeah. Well, that probably makes sense because I have 22 and 23. 22 was finished in Marsala Superiore casks, and the 23 was finished in Tokaji casks, or Tokai, whatever you want to call it. So they say red wine is a half glass health. Oh, whoops. They say red wine of a half glass. Sorry, okay, you can understand my confusion.
Moderation.
Yes, but you can understand my confusion reading that sentence.
Okay, who the fuck drinks one glass of wine?
2 glasses is not. Well, they say the same thing about whiskey. If you have 1 ounce of whiskey per day, it's actually really, really good for your health because it helps your body with a lot of different things. But anything more than 1 ounce a day is more detrimental than helpful. Joe's here. He heard you.
Where?
Joe Dickinson is here. He says, I'm here.
When the fuck did
It's
you get here?
Dickens. Joe! It is Dickens. What the heck?
Wait, he wasn't on here before though, right?
Where have you been,
he just
Joe?
Came on and we were talking about him?
Maybe. Tricky says, yes, just check to see Yellowstone 2021. Hey, I wouldn't mind a sample of it. If you wanted to do a little swap Sugar Kitty, you can hop on my email. Let me know if there's anything you've seen on my bar recently that you've been itching to try. Maybe we could do a little swappy swap. Casey says I'm not healthy then, to be fair. Me either,
No,
Casey.
sorry.
Me either.
All done?
Yes, that's fantastic. Okay, so that being said, we're at the hour and 28-minute mark today. Murtaugh is absolutely whining over there in his kennel. Now that I've had a couple glasses of whiskey, I think it's time to go drive the truck around. Maybe not. Maybe we will. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll have some water first. But that being said, guys, if you guys are having an awesome time, make sure you guys hit the like button and like the lick and lick the like. Also, if you're not subscribed, I know most of you are, if not all of you, but if you're not, please hit the subscribe button on your way out. Also, there's some new information from Joe. Says he got the new Bookers over the weekend, which is a 2022-03 batch. How is it? Please tell me you've opened it and tell me how it is. Or maybe you could just tell me that you're going to ship it to me and I'll pay you again. But in all seriousness, that's awesome. Super happy for you. I've seen literally 2022-02, or sorry, I've seen 2023-02 everywhere. Everywhere. I have not seen 2023-01 or 03 yet this year, so that's disappointing. Sugar says, yes, I have a sample set aside. The bottle is done. We can talk. Nice. Awesome. Sounds good. Just hit me up. I haven't tried it yet, but my friend says it's good. Well, then I'll trust your friend, and I'll take your word for it. Hopefully I can find one, because I do like my Bookers a lot. And so far, I've only had one this year, and it's probably the worst one in a while. Not that it's necessarily bad, just not the best one in a while. So, that being said, guys, that we're going to wrap up this live stream a little bit. Yes, he says that's batch 3, which is the one that I was kind of really eyeballing, which is cool, super cool.
Okay, hold on.
If you find
Take
another
a step
one,
back. You eyeball everything.
oh yeah, all Bookers.
And just
I like
on
Bookers.
top of, just to add like the cherry on top, you have giant eyeballs.
What does that have to do with anything?
Just always look surprised.
Okay, well. That being said, let's do a little review for everyone. 1792 Sweet Wheat. It's not all it's lived up to be, but moving to the Jack Daniel's Distillery series, not selection, Distillery series, finished in tequila casks. This was a lot better than I thought it would be. A lot better than you guys probably think it is. It's actually really good, so I really liked that a lot. Then we moved on to the J. Henry, the La Flame. Super good. Borderline whiskey of the year type stuff, and could even beat out maybe cigar blend. And then last on the list is the Little Book Chapter 7. This one is very good. I think the age is definitely showing through on here. I think those higher age whiskeys are absolutely helping the crap out of this. So that's awesome. Casey says, sorry, say the name of it, LOL. Say my name. Apparently the name of it is a Mighty Fine Batch, which I think I did know, actually. And Sugar says, eyeballs with big dollar signs. Dollar bills, y'all. But that being said, guys, Murta is throwing the biggest fit.
I know.
Like, he is on crack. He probably has to pee or something. He's going to explode.
Not that long.
But that being said, guys, thank you all. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button. Also, all the other people who are live streaming tonight, make sure you go check them out. I'm sure Sugar Kitty or someone will put their links in the chat, because they always do. And I appreciate you all for that. We appreciate you all being here, hanging out with us tonight. You guys have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you all next week, same time. Have a good... sorry. Pick that up. And we'll see you all in the next class. Cheers. Ooh, that was crisp. Have a good night, everybody. I don't know which was which.
This was the one that was over here.
Good. Okay. Adios, amigos. Ouch.